The year was 2149. For almost 30 years, space had been calm. No wars, no alien signals. People thought the galaxy was empty. They were wrong. On the edge of the solar system, far beyond Pluto, there was a small space station named Deep Watch 1. Only 5 people worked there. It was cold, dark, and lonely. But their job was important. They watched the stars. They listened for signals. One day, something strange happened. At 3:17 Standard Time, the main radar screen turned red. Technician Mia Chen was drinking her coffee. When she saw the alert, she stopped. Her eyes went wide. The signal was strong, too strong. Something was moving fast toward the solar system. "Commander, you need to see this," she said quietly. Commander Eric Boone walked in. Been in space for 20 years. Calm, smart, serious. But when he saw the data, he didn't say anything for 10 seconds. "It's a fleet." Within 1 hour, Earth's United Nations Space Defense Command was alerted. The news was shocking. 17 unknown objects were moving in perfect formation. They were not natural. They were not human. They were ships, alien ships. They were moving fast, too fast for standard space travel, and they were heading toward Mars' orbit. No message, no signal, no warning, just silence. In Geneva, on Earth, the Space Defense Council held an emergency meeting. The room was full of world leaders, generals, scientists. They could be explorers. One scientist said, "Peaceful." "Then why haven't they tried to talk?" asked General Orlan. "No lights, no signals, just speed and power." President Alina Voss stood up. She looked at everyone. Her voice was calm but firm. "We must prepare for the worst," she said. "Activate Project Mars Shield." Project Mars Shield was Earth's greatest secret. Hidden deep under Mars' surface were 10 powerful defense stations. They had plasma cannons, stealth drones, missile shields. Only the highest-level officers knew about them. Mars commander Rayna Hale was the one in charge. She received the activation code at midnight. She didn't panic. She had trained for this. "Open the vaults," she ordered. "Bring all systems online. Ready all ships for combat. No mistakes." Around Mars, human warships began to move. Still, the alien fleet kept coming. In the Martian sky, the stars looked normal. People on Mars didn't know what was happening. Children played, scientists worked. Life went on. But in orbit above them, a war was coming, a silent storm from the stars. Back on Earth, people started to hear rumors. On the news, there were quiet reports, unidentified objects near the solar system. But most people didn't believe it. They were busy with daily life. Only a few knew the truth. Only a few were watching the real danger. 2 days later, at exactly 14 o'clock Mars time, the alien fleet slowed down. They had reached the edge of Mars' orbit. The largest ship was over 3 kilometers long. Its shape was like a dark blade, smooth, deadly. Around it were smaller ships, glowing blue. They moved like they were one mind. They're scanning us. They were looking at every satellite, every station, every ship. Rayna looked at her officers. "No one fires," she said. "Not yet." In Deep Watch 1, far beyond the planet, Mia saw something strange. The alien fleet had passed a relay beacon, but they didn't destroy it. Why not? She asked herself. Was this a trick, a trap, or something else? On Mars, one of the hidden cameras captured a strange moment. A small alien drone separated from the fleet. It moved slowly, carefully. It flew toward Mars' upper atmosphere. Everyone watched silently. Then, without warning, the drone exploded. No human fired. It destroyed itself. Why? Explosion again and again. "They're testing us," she said. "They're trying to see what we do." General Orlan stood beside her. "We need to decide now. Attack first, or wait for them to strike." In the shadows of Mars, the human warships waited. Pilots sat in silence, their hands on controls, their eyes on the stars, and the alien fleet. Waited to dot. No sound, no message, no peace. Just the cold tension of space. The first move could come at any second. The alien fleet now floated. Just above Mars, their ships were quiet, cold, huge. They did not attack. They did not send messages. But they were watching Commander. Rayna Hal stood inside Mars Command Base. Her eyes were fixed on the big screen. Every alien ship was marked in red. 17 ships. One was massive, like a moving mountain in space. The rest looked like armored birds, sharp and deadly. Still no communication. They don't respond to any signal, not radio, not light, not even sound. Pulses, Reyna frowned. But they're scanning us. Yes, constantly, the officer said. Every hour, every orbit. Every ship, station, and satellite is being scanned again and again, not from damage, but from interference. We're being jammed, said Technician Omar. They're using some kind of alien signal. It's not destroying our systems. It's learning from them. They're testing us, Reyna said. No one had an answer. Back on Earth, panic was rising. The news was now public. Every news channel showed the alien ships. Some people said Earth would be destroyed. Others believed peace was still possible. Protests started. Religious groups called it Judgment Day. Military leaders called it First Contact Warfare. In the United Nations Command Center, President Alina Voss gave a simple message. We will not fire first, but we are ready. In secret, Earth launched 3 spy probes toward Mars. They were small, fast, and invisible to most scanners. Their job was to fly close to the alien fleet and gather information. It was a dangerous mission. Hours later, one of the probes sent back images. The inside of the alien ship looked strange. Not metal, not machines. It was organic, like it was grown, not built. A brain, a heart, a living control center. This ship, it's alive, whispered the scientist, and it's watching. At the same time, Mars satellites showed something strange. One alien drone separated from the main fleet, toward the Martian surface. Commander Reyna tracked it on her screen. Where's it going? She asked. Sector 9, a soldier replied. It's heading straight for the old mining site. That site was abandoned. No people, no weapons. Nothing of value. So why was the alien drone going there? Reyna made a fast decision. Send a recon drone. I want eyes on it now. Within minutes, a human drone followed the alien. It flew silently above it, watching the alien drone hovered over the red dust. Then slowly, it released a beam of green light. It scanned the rocks, the dust, the ground beneath Dot, and then, without warning, the alien drone exploded. No shot. Fired, no attack. It just self-destructed. The screen went black. Everyone in Mars Command Base was silent. Was it damaged? An officer asked. No, Reyna said slowly. It blew itself up. Or they're afraid of what we might find out. Hours passed. A second alien drone moved toward a human satellite. It didn't fire, it scanned, and then it sent a beam into the satellite systems. Sir, one technician shouted, it's uploading something. Kill the connection, Reyna ordered. Too late, the satellite shut down. Its memory wiped clean. They're not just scanning, Reyna said. They're learning our systems, our languages, our weapons. They want to see how we respond to fear. Meanwhile, on Earth, President Voss met with General Orlan. Still no attack, she said, but this feels like a trap. Orlan nodded. They're gathering data, looking for weaknesses, and we're just watching. President Voss looked at the Mars map. We don't want to start a war, but what if it's already started? The general asked. On Mars, Reyna made a bold move. She sent one message to the alien fleet. Simple, clear, in every language. Earth had. We are peaceful, but we will defend ourselves. Do not come closer. The alien ships did not respond, but they stopped scanning for 2 minutes. Then resumed. That night on Mars, the sky looked quiet, but Reyna knew the truth. Above the clouds, death waited. At 3 o'clock, alarms went off. Unidentified object approaching Mars surface. Rushed to their stations, another alien drone was falling but faster. This one's not scanning, an officer said. It's crashing. Reyna watched the screen. No, she said, it's not crashing. The drone slammed into the sand, hard. For minutes, nothing moved. Then, a blue light came from inside it. A long, thin arm rose from the wreckage. It began digging into the soil. An officer asked. Reyna's face turned pale. They're not just studying us, she said. They're looking for something on Mars. Mars was no longer calm. The alien fleet remained in orbit, quiet, dark, and watching. But below them, something had changed. That alien drone, the one that landed in the red sands of Sector 9, was no longer still. Its metal arms kept digging deep into the ground, digging for something old, something not human, she asked. Yes, ma'am, said Officer Kim. Non-stop. It's using tools we don't recognize, and now wait, look at this. A new image appeared beneath the Martian surface. Under the drone was a strange object. It was big, round, covered in dust, and glowing faintly blue. Is that one of theirs? Kim asked. No, Reyna whispered. That was already there. Panic spread through the command room. Could it be an old alien artifact? Something ancient? What if they're here? Not to attack us, but to recover their own past. Reyna made a decision. Fast. Send recon drones to surround the area. Do not engage, just watch. But Earth had other plans. General Orlin watched the same footage from UN Command. His face was like stone cold, calculating. Into our planet, he said. Technically, said a scientist, Mars isn't shut it, the general snapped. To them, it might be sacred. But to us, it's a threat. President Alina Voss sat silently, thinking. Then she spoke. Authorized defense alert level red. No attack unless they make the first move. Alien drones dropped down 3 of them. Each one landed in a different part of the Martian surface. All of them began digging. They're looking for more, Kim said. More of whatever that thing is. What if it's a weapon? Someone asked. Reyna's heart pounded. She looked out the window of her command post. Far above, the stars still shined. But one of them was moving. A human stealth cruiser, the Hammerfall, had been ordered to approach the alien fleet. Its mission, gather data. Stay hidden. Do not attack. But inside that ship, something went wrong. Lieutenant Marco Drin was in command. Young, aggressive, and tired of waiting, he stared at the alien ship through the viewscreen. It was massive, silent. They're ignoring us, he muttered, like we're nothing. Locked on target. He didn't ask permission. He didn't tell command, he just fired. The torpedo launched silently. No sound in space, just fire and speed. It slammed into the side of one of the smaller alien ships. Boom, a blinding light. A piece of the alien ship tore apart. The wreckage spun slowly. Into space, back on Mars, alarms screamed. Officers stood up, confused. What was that? Explosion near alien ship Delta IV. Who fired? Reyna's face turned pale. It wasn't us. She paused, not officially. The aliens reacted immediately. Blue lights flashed across their fleet. Ships turned. Weapons opened. For the first time since arriving, they moved out within seconds. 5 alien ships formed a battle line above Mars. Their weapons were not like Earth's. They pulsed with light. Waves of energy building up. Rayn gave the order. Shield systems up. All defense platforms stand. By 2 fire. Back on Earth, chaos broke out. They think we fired first, shouted a diplomat. Because we did, screamed a scientist. General Orlin grinned. Good, let them come. President Voss stood. Order Lieutenant Marco Dren to stand down. A soldier turned. Ma'am, he's not responding. He's going in again. The Hammerfall launched 2 more torpedoes. One missed. The second hit another alien ship. This time, the aliens fired back. The first alien blast was a wide beam, silent, fast, blue like lightning. It hit the Hammerfall midsection. The human ship was torn in half. No escape pods launched. Everyone on board. Gone, Commander. Reyna watched the destruction. Her voice was calm, but her eyes were full of fire. That fool just started a war. She turned to her officers. No more hiding. Target alien fleet. Ready counterattack. Human ships rose from Mars' surface. The secret weapon platforms unlocked. The skies above Mars turned deadly, but deep inside Reyna's heart. One question remained. Did they really come to destroy us? Or just to take back what we stole? And now, it was too late to ask. The skies above Mars were on fire. Alien ships moved in perfect formation, their weapons glowing blue. Human warships flew between them, firing plasma and missiles. The silence of space was broken by war. From Earth, it looked like tiny lights flashing in the sky. But those lights were battles, and every flash meant lives lost in cities all across Earth, New York, Shanghai, Islamabad, Johannesburg, people crowded around screens. News anchors shouted over loud voices. Breaking, first direct battle between humans and alien fleet. Some cried, some prayed, some cheered, thinking humanity was winning. But no one truly knew what was happening. Inside the United Nations Command Center, President Alina Voss watched the live satellite feed. The room was full of tension. A red warning flashed across the screen. Mars Defense Platform 3 destroyed. Another one down, said General Orlan. Any word from Reyna? Voss asked, still holding the line. Barely, came the reply. The president clenched her fists. If Mars falls, Earth is next. On Mars, inside the main defense base, Commander Reyna Hale gave fast, sharp orders. Redirect drones to Sector 6, send backup to Platform 7. Target the alien command ship. Her face was calm, but her voice cut like steel. Officer Kim shouted from his station, "We lost contact with the Black Spear. It's gone." Reyna didn't flinch. Send the Resolute. We hold this line. We hold it, or we all die. The Resolute was Earth's strongest warship, Titan class, armored, deadly. It had been hidden deep underground. Waiting for this day, it rose into the Martian sky like a giant beast, engines blazing. Its cannons glowed with light. Inside, the ship's AI Helios came online. Its voice echoed in the control room. Enemy fleet detected. Targeting engaged. Awaiting command. Back on Earth, people watched as the Resolute entered the fight. A news reporter cried with joy. "That's it! That's the Titan-class ship! We might have a chance!" Children clapped. Parents held their breath. Billions were now watching one ship, hoping it could save them all. But the aliens were not weak. Their weapons were strange, pulsing with sound waves and energy blasts. One shot hit a human destroyer, cutting it in half. Another sent out a gravity wave, flipping an entire drone swarm. "Adaptive weapons," Kim whispered. "They're learning fast." Reyna nodded. "Then we'll fight faster." The Resolute fired its main cannon. A massive beam of white light tore through one alien frigate, slicing it in two. Cheers erupted on Mars Command. Direct hit. But the celebration didn't last. Because from the center of the alien fleet, a new ship appeared. It was dark, long, covered in living armor. And it didn't move like a machine. It moved like it was alive. Reyna stared at it. "That wasn't..." There before, the alien ship opened slowly. From inside, glowing lines spread out like veins. "What is it doing?" someone asked. "I think," Kim began, "it's speaking." The Resolute sensors picked up a signal. It wasn't words, it was a sound. Low, deep, repeating. Not a message, a warning. Back on Earth, the signal reached the UN command room. Scientists decoded part of it. "Leave, leave, leave. This place is not yours." "They're warning us," one scientist said. "They never wanted war." General Orlan slammed his fist on the table. "They killed our people. We fired first," another voice whispered. The president stood silent. On Mars, the battle grew worse. Alien ships formed a new line, cutting through the human fleet like a blade. Platform 7 exploded. 2 more cruisers were disabled. Reyna gave one last order. All remaining ships fall back to Mars' surface. Last stand from the ground. The Resolute stayed behind, covering the retreat. Its cannons fired non-stop. Its shields glowed red. "Damage critical," Helios warned. "Power at 42%. Recommend retreat." "No," said the captain aboard. "We don't run. We finish this." The ship turned, aiming directly at the alien command ship. It prepared to fire its most powerful weapon. The Dawn Cannon. Earth watched as the battle reached its peak in every country. People stopped what they were doing. No one talked, no one moved. They just watched and waited. The future of humanity now rested in the orbit of Mars. Inside the alien ship, something stirred, a strange shape, floating, glowing. It looked like a brain, but it pulsed with power. It was not a weapon. It was the mind, the alien hive brain, the one controlling the entire fleet. As the Dawn Cannon charged, Helios gave a final report. Enemy fleet AI detected. Central mind located. One shot can end this. Commander Reyna gave her command, "Fire." A beam of white-hot energy blasted from the Resolute. It ripped through space. It hit the alien ship's core. For 1 second, everything was still. Then, an explosion like a small sun. Alien ships flickered, lost control. The command ship broke. In half. On Mars, cheers rang out. On Earth, people screamed with joy. It looked like victory, but Reyna's smile faded fast. "Check the debris," she said. "Make sure it's gone." Kim scanned the wreckage. His face turned white. "Commander, an escape pod just launched. It's heading into deep space." Reyna stared at the screen. The mind, it's still alive. The alien command ship was destroyed. The fleet was broken, and the skies above Mars were silent. But silence is never peace, not in war. Commander Reyna Hale stood in the ruins of the Mars defense base. Screens were cracked, walls were scorched. Officers were tired, wounded, but alive. She looked at the sky. "They're gone," Officer Kim said. Reyna didn't smile. Not for long. The alien escape pod had left hours ago. It carried the hive mind, the living brain that controlled the fleet. It vanished into deep space faster than anything humans could follow. But the damage was already done. And the biggest question still remained. Why did they come to Mars? In the red sands of Sector 9, the alien drones had dug deep. Before the battle, they were searching for something ancient. Now, that site was under full human control. Scientists, soldiers, and drones surrounded it. At the center of the crater was a strange round object. It glowed faint blue. It looked like metal, but it pulsed like skin, and it had markings, not human. Dr. Ella Ra Singh, Earth's top xenoarchaeologist, arrived on Mars that morning. She stared at the object for 5 minutes without speaking. Then she said, "This is not alien technology." Everyone looked confused. She continued, "I mean, not theirs. Not the ones who attacked us." Reyna stepped forward. "Then whose is it?" Dr. Singh looked down at the ancient surface. "It's older than both of us, maybe older than humanity." Itself back in orbit, the Titan-class warship Resolute floated like a wounded beast. Half of its armor was gone. One engine was offline, but it still flew, still fought, still guarded Mars. Inside, the AI Helios continued scanning for threats. It detected a strange signal, very deep underground. It matched the same energy the alien brain used. Commander Hale Helios said over the comms, "There is more, beneath Mars, and it's not sleeping." President Alina Voss received the report. "So they didn't come to destroy us," she said. "They came to recover something." General Orlan frowned, "Or awaken it." Reyna sent a team of heavy drilling machines into Sector 9. Underneath the strange object was a hidden tunnel. It led deep kilometers underground. A scout drone flew in first. Then it stopped working. The signal was lost. The video feed froze. What did it see before blackout? Only one frame, a tall black structure, pulsing with light. A decision was made. Humanity would not wait for another attack. Now they would. Strike first. Reyna led a team of elite soldiers into the tunnel. She wore light armor, carried a plasma rifle, and a helmet camera. The world was watching her feed. It was broadcast across Earth's networks with a single message: Mars fights. Back to the tunnel was dark and silent. Only the sound of boots on stone and the soft hum of scanners. They moved slowly, carefully. "Movement ahead," a soldier said. Reyna raised her hand. Everyone stopped. A shape appeared in the shadows. Not human, not machine. It looked like a statue. It had no eyes. Its surface was smooth and shiny. Then it spoke, not with sound, but through the team's radios. "You are late." Reyna's heart skipped a beat. "What are you?" "We are the Wardens," the voice said. "Protectors of what sleeps." Below what's down there, the first weapon, buried long ago, hidden from those who would misuse it. Reyna kept her rifle ready. "Did the other aliens come for it?" "Yes," the Warden replied, "but it does not belong to them, and it does not belong to you." Outside, on the surface, the energy from the crater began to rise. A blue pulse shot into the sky. On Earth, scientists saw it too. "It's activating something," Dr. Singh said. "We have to decide now, shut it down, or learn from it." Reyna stood in the tunnel, facing the strange being. "I don't want a weapon," she said. "I want answers," the Warden replied, then stepped forward. "But know this, once awakened, it cannot sleep again. Reyna moved ahead. At the heart of the structure she saw it, a giant sphere, glowing, floating, humming. It was ancient, older than Mars itself. Then she heard another voice. Not the warden, not human. It was the hive mind. Somehow still speaking through the device. You touched it. Now they will come. All of them. Reyna backed away. What does that mean? This was just the first. Others are watching, waiting. You have awakened the signal. On Earth, chaos broke out. A new signal appeared from deep space. Dozens of alien fleets, all turning, all heading. Toward the solar system, Mars was quiet again. The red sky was clear. Human ships floated in orbit, damaged but still strong. Soldiers rested. Engineers worked. Scientists studied the strange object in Sector 9. But deep underground, something had awakened, and it was not alone. Commander Reyna Hale stood inside the ancient chamber, staring at the floating sphere. It glowed softly. It made no sound, but in her mind she heard a voice, not from her radio, not from a person, from something else. We see you. She flinched. Who is this? She asked. The voice answered, clear but emotionless. We are. The mind. The one you destroyed was just a child. On Earth, President Alina Voss sat in the UN command chamber. The scientists had picked up the same signal. Across all channels, screens went black. Only one message played. You have touched the old machine. Now we must speak. Reyna's voice came through the feed from Mars. We're hearing it too. It's inside the ancient sphere. It's speaking to all of us. A silence followed. Then the signal returned, stronger. You feared us. You attacked us. But we did not come to destroy. We came to warn. General Orlan slammed his hand on the table. Another trick. They attack, we fight back, and now they want to talk. But Dr. Alara Singh shook her head. Look at the signal pattern. It's not angry, it's scared. Scared of what? Voss asked. Elara replied quietly. Something bigger, something older. Back on Mars, Reyna asked the mind, what were you looking for here? What is this machine? The mind replied, this is not a weapon. It is a lock, a prison. It holds back what should never return. Reyna looked around the chamber. Return from where? From the dark space, beyond your stars. We locked it here, but time is ending. Suddenly, every screen on Earth and Mars blinked. New signals appeared. More alien fleets, not like the first. Bigger, different shapes. Hundreds of them. All turning, all moving. They heard the signal. The mind said, they are not like us. They do not speak. They do not stop. They devour. Panic spread across Earth. Social networks exploded. News channels screamed. New aliens detected. Massive invasion force approaching. But the mind wasn't finished. We were your enemy. But now, we offer you a choice. Reyna frowned. What choice? Join us. Link your ships. Share your minds. Together, we may survive. Reyna stepped back. You want to control? US no, the mind said. We want to connect. One mind cannot fight what is coming, but many, maybe, on Earth. Debate erupted. Some leaders wanted to reject the offer. Others said they had no choice. President Voss remained quiet. Then she said, what happens if we say no? The mind answered instantly. Then your world burns first. On Mars, the air inside the chamber changed. The energy from the ancient machine began to rise. It sent waves into space. A beacon. Reyna shouted, you're calling them here. No, the mind said, you already did that. When you opened the gate, suddenly the chamber shook. Dust fell from the ceiling. Outside, alarms blared. Kim's voice crackled on the radio. Commander, a rift just opened near Jupiter. Something's coming through. The mind gave one final warning. Decide now, fight alone and fall. Or stand with us and change what you are. Reyna looked into the light of the sphere. She remembered the attack, the deaths, the war. But she also saw the truth. The real war hadn't started yet. She turned. On her radio to Earth, this is Commander Reyna Hale. We don't trust them, but we can't do this alone. President Voss gave the order. Begin link protocol. Prepare for shared defense systems. But if they try anything, shut it down. Across Mars and Earth, machines lit up. Satellites reconnected. Human A is merged with alien code. Ships began to move in new ways, smoother, faster, smarter. Humanity was changing, but far beyond the solar system. In the dark between galaxies, something else moved. Something that did not speak, did not stop something old, and it had heard the call. It started with a crack in space. Near Jupiter, the blackness split open like torn paper. A giant rift glowing red and pulsing appeared in orbit. Out of it came monsters, not ships, not machines, but something else. Living weapons they had. No clear shape, just black armored skin, wings like blades, and mouths that never stopped moving. They flew in silence, but their presence was louder than any war horn they had come to consume. On Mars, Commander Reyna Hale watched the live feed in horror. "They're not just here to fight," she said. "They're here to erase everything." The alien mind confirmed it. We called them the Voidborn. They do not speak, they do not sleep. They destroy all life. To feed their endless hunger, Earth watched in silence. Billions sat in front of screens, eyes wide, hearts frozen, from Washington to Tokyo, from Islamabad to Sao Paulo. There was only one question. Can we stop them? Back on Mars, Reyna stood inside the ancient chamber. Her hand hovered over the control pad linked to the sphere. "Are we ready?" she asked. "Yes," replied the mind. "Our systems are connected. Your ships are now part of the network." A glowing map appeared in front of her. Mars, Earth, the Moon, every station and fleet, all joined. Already in orbit, Earth's Titan-class warships moved into position. The Resolute led the charge. Voidborn units detected. Firing range in 40 seconds. Human pilots sat inside their cockpits. Their controls were different now. Alien symbols mixed with human screens. Their ships moved smoother. Their targeting systems were faster. Officer Kim looked at Reyna. "Feels strange." "But right," Reyna nodded. "We're not human anymore. We're something new, something ready." The first wave of Voidborn slammed into the Martian defense wall. Human and alien ships opened fire lasers, missiles, energy blasts. Up like a storm dot. But the Voidborn kept coming. Their skin absorbed plasma. Their wings deflected bullets. And when they got close, they tore ships apart with claws. The Resolute fired its Dawn cannon. It hit a Voidborn beast in the chest. The explosion shook space itself. Cheers erupted in the control rooms, but the mind gave a cold warning that was only a scout back. Near the rift, something massive moved, bigger than a moon, black as night, covered in living spikes. The real enemy had arrived. The Void King, it moved slowly. Its presence blocked stars. Its shadow reached all the way to Mars. President Alana Voss stood in the UN command center. This isn't a battle. It's a final test. General Orlan agreed. If we fall here, Earth is next. The solar system is lost. Voss turned to the screen. "Send every ship, every weapon. Tell the colonies. This is our stand." Back on Mars, the alien mind offered one last upgrade. "Merge fully. Let your AI and ours become one. You will fight like never before, but there is no going back." Reyna closed her eyes. She thought of Earth, of the children watching, of the people praying. She opened her eyes. Do it. In that moment, humanity changed. Helios merged with the alien network. Human minds connected shared thoughts, commands, battle data. For the first time, the fleet thought as one. The Titan-class ships moved in perfect unity. Drones flew like birds in formation. Fighters dodged attacks before they were fired. Even the Voidborn paused for the first time. They felt resistance. Then the Void King attacked. It opened a massive mouth wider than a city. Inside, dark energy formed. A beam shot toward Mars. Reyna shouted, "Redirect all shields. Channel power now." Every ship turned. All shield energy focused on a single wall. The beam struck. The sky turned white. The Martian surface cracked. Towers collapsed. Satellites fell. But Mars survived. Barely. The mind spoke again. "Now, while it's weak, all ships fire on the core." The Resolute led the charge. Its crew knew this was it. No retreat, no fear. The Titan-class ship moved. Forward, straight into the monster's mouth. Helios, the captain, said, "Give me everything. Affirmative." The Dawn cannon charged. One last time, the beam fired. It hit the Void King's heart. And for the first time, it screamed. A sound that shook the planets, a roar that echoed through the stars. The creature exploded. Its body tore apart in black fire. The rift closed behind it. The Voidborn scattered. Silence returned. The stars came back. Mars still stood. Humanity had survived in the Martian control room. People cried, laughed, hugged. Reyna sat on the floor. "Exhausted, we held the line," she whispered. Kim smiled. "No, we became the line." It had been 1 week since the Voidborn were destroyed, still burned in places. The wreckage of ships floated in orbit, but there was silence. No more rifts, no more monsters, only humans and the strange. Mind that once was their enemy, Commander Reyna Hale walked through the ruins of Mars base. Everywhere she looked, soldiers repaired walls, scientists collected alien tech, and pilots sat quietly. Still processing what had happened, she stopped at the large window, looking into the stars. This time, there were no threats out there, but she didn't smile, because peace, she knew, was not the end. It was just a pause back on Earth. President Alina Voss spoke before the United Nations. All world leaders were present. Billions watched. The broadcast went across Earth, the Moon, Mars, and all space colonies. She began with calm words. "We faced extinction, we united, and we survived. Not just as nations, but as one species." The room was silent. Then she continued. "We did not just defend Earth, we defended the future. And now the galaxy knows our name." Applause followed, but it was not full of joy. It was cautious, careful, because they all knew things had changed, forever. The alien mind still lived, now a quiet voice within. Earth's new AI systems, it no longer controlled, it advised, and it warned. The Voidborn were only one threat. The galaxy holds others. Some will not fear you, they will challenge you. General Orlan pushed for more weapons, build 10 more Titan-class ships. He said, "We don't just defend now, we lead." Others disagreed. "We must not become what we just fought," said Dr. Alara Singh. "We were survivors, not rulers." But the truth was clear. Humanity now had technology far beyond its time. Faster than light travel, alien weapons, shared intelligence networks, Earth was no longer weak. Earth was now powerful, and every alien race watching knew it. New signals came from deep space. Some were peaceful, some were warnings, and one was a demand. Earth must not expand. Stay in your system, or face judgment. Reyna read the message. She laughed bitterly. "We were judged already," she said, "and we passed." A vote was held. One simple question. Should Earth lead? A new galactic order. The result? Yes, but not as conquerors. As guardians, they called it the Terran Accord, a council of human and allied minds. Earth, Mars, Luna, the colonies, and even the mind, they promised to protect peace and prepare for the next great threat, because the mind left them with one final message. There is something worse than the Voidborn, sleeping far beyond your stars if it wakes. You must be ready, so Earth prepared. New fleets were built, quiet and fast. Defensive networks were placed near every planet. AI and human minds worked side by side. The children born after the war would never know a weak Earth. They would grow under the protection of a force, strong enough to shake galaxies, and somewhere, deep in the stars, old eyes opened. They had watched the war, they had seen Earth's rise, and now they spoke for the first time in 100,000 years. The humans survived. That was not expected. Should we act? No, not yet. Let them grow. Let them believe they are ready. Then we test them. Back in the solar system, Reyna stood once again aboard the rebuilt Resolute. The ship was stronger than before. We're explorers now. He asked. Reyna smiled. "No, we're the warning." The Resolute jumped to light speed. It left Mars behind, heading into the stars. Not for conquest, not for war, but to remind the galaxy Earth fights back. Earth stands tall, and Earth never forgets.